you need more time in the game to develop those skills of the new movement, especially with the omnidirectional movement they added into this game. It's very smooth, it's very fast, it's very easy to misclick. And seeing the U.S. Army team here, pinpointing certain objectives, taking a good setup, watching respawns, watching for the flip, looking at the reset, it's going to be very, very difficult. I mean, right there, Orbsy challenging with a pistol, Stash coming up with an AR. Like, there's no business for Orby to be able to get a kill there.
No, not one bit. And I can hear Rustic, by the way, screaming after every kill. It doesn't even matter. The stat line does not mean a thing when you are getting kills against your main roster. Now, Rustic, winning a good fight there against Robot.
Gunfight there.
Some missed shots from Robot. That's pretty not normal of him, but still, the time is not going their way. Finally, you're going to see Academy at least rack up a little bit of time, but this rotation should come through pretty soon. We can't see the time on our side, but I know the players can at least see it, so it looks like we might get the rotation in just a little bit here.
Yeah, no, of course. And it looks like there was a really good push there by the Southern Miss Academy team, being able to hold off and get some kills on the U.S. Army team. And they were able to hold that point for a good bit, get some points on the board. But, Army getting back in the front, going for the rotation, setting up for moving around the map. It's going to be very difficult now to get past this line of scrimmage that the U.S. Army team has set up.
Yeah, and they are in the perfect position, but I do see one is not through. That's going to be number 5. That is
He's
Kellogg's.
about to get got.
He actually doesn't turn, doesn't look at the right angle, doesn't check every corner, and on a map like Rewind, you have to, and there's so many of them to clear out.
Triple.
The entire team of Academy. That's a 3-piece, and maybe the Biscuit too if he finds a kill. Rustic, though, has something to say about it, gets through one, but that's a pure dive. No regard for Strahan's location.
That's that movement. That's that directional movement. When you do that dive, you're locked into some animations for a minute, and you're not able to really do a lot. And so in that situation, that's what we saw.
Yeah, it's just not a whole lot you can do. You can whip around your joystick, but it's not going to move fast enough for you to actually get a kill most of the time like that. And it is currently a 100-point lead for Southern Miss Army, and they are just looking to run up the scoreboard at this point. I mean, if you look at the stats for each side, you can kind of see how this one's been going.
Yeah, and I mean, so the Academy team, here's how they come back to this. What they do is they interrupt the line of scrimmage set up by U.S. Army, make sure that the respawns aren't going to flip on them, and try and get a foothold in on this objective, and then set their own line of scrimmage up to keep Army out. But the problem is, they are not able to disrupt this because that raw skill isn't there. Army's got way too much time on the game to let this other team through.
And we just saw Tyler there laying prone in the weirdest way possible on those stairs for so long, just waiting for someone to push him. And that's what you deal with when you have a team as collected as this Army squad, and especially when they take on a team that's not as developed like we see from
That's
Academy.
A very good push.
Finally, I just heard Anxious, doesn't care about the stats, just blasting out there and just screamed every little bit he could find. It's not a lot of time they're getting, but it's going to be some time. Robot, though.
His gun's too low.
Drop shot.
Anxious's gun was too low. He needs to hold it higher up, so when he makes those shots, yes, Robot was going to drop shot, but he could have got those headshots and killed Robot.
Absolutely. And now you're going to see that start to spiral here. Tyler 15 and 7. I mean, man, it's just been a doozy. Kellogg's in the
Tyler.
In the middle of the open. Doesn't even care if he gets killed because Orbsy's going to pick it up regardless. And Anxious has nothing there either. Orbsy just running through the spawn of Academy.
I mean, it's an AR versus a sub in that situation. AR is going to have a lot more accuracy at that distance, and so it makes sense that he got knocked. And, seeing Strahan and Robot take out the Academy team, holding that mid spot, this is probably one of the most, heavy spots on this map. It's very hard to hold. Look at all those entry points that you have to account for.
It honestly hurts my head sometimes playing this map specifically and Red Card, where you have all these lines of sight. You can get on top of the trucks, you can get on top of the dumpsters, you can find the boxes and get on top of those too. Whatever is in sight, you can probably climb on top of it somehow, other than the roofs of the buildings. And now, at least Academy has found a foothold. They are getting into this hill. They have at least grabbed some time. Good work from Dash, clearing out the spawn. Now they can start racking up some points.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That was an unfortunate situation. 2v1 trading it out. That's exactly the kind of tactics you use in Call of Duty to get ahead. Same thing we teach in Halo too, but right here you're looking at, I mean, what is that, 130 point
Yeah.
lead here. They're going to need a lot of time on these points to be able to come back in that differential. And right there, Orbsy taking a shot. It looks like, I mean, honestly, it looks like Anxious didn't know what to do on the map. He was in half cover and moving back and forth. You know, they need to start working on where they land when they take those points. Where are you going to sit? Where are you going to go? Instead of just floating around.
Yeah, and you can kind of see the difference in that skill level, maybe the mindset too, where you have a lot of, like, these guys have been playing COD for a super long time on the Army team. For Academy, they haven't been in this environment a whole lot, so they're really just trying to develop those types of skills, that type of idea, where to be looking, where to go. It's something that's really hard to explain, but it's just a Call of Duty thing, and it's like a thing in every esport. You just naturally know where to look after playing the game for a few years, and as the score continues to rack up, Southern Miss Army looking to put this one to bed, 240 to 87, and Academy just has one more shot realistically at this hill, and Tyler shutting it down. Robot putting one with the pistol, and Strahan making the fourth gnome. 250-87. Army takes game one.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, looking back at that map there, looking at that, you know, radar, if you could remember how we put it there, you know, it's rinse and repeat. You know, in this game you have setups and you have pushes, and in that situation, the Army team went ahead and set up. You develop patterns, you develop instances in which your opponent, if they're looking for it, can capitalize and break through those setups and line of scrimmages you create. And unfortunately, in this situation, you know, Southern Miss Academy was lacking in that regard. But looking at this scoreboard here, it's pretty clear what went down during that match. But the Academy team did a really good job holding on to the points that they did. And whenever they did make those pushes, they were able to win some of those gunfights. And, you know, I'm proud of them for that.
Yeah, I mean, they get 100-point club, but they got more than I even expected them to get. Like, I thought that was going to be a way worse than what it was. I mean, they're competing. Like, they're not winning, but they're competing with Army right now. And I think that's definitely steps in the right direction. And this team is pretty young from what I know.
Yeah.
So they're going to have a lot of time to develop too. And like you mentioned, I mean, it's a veteran roster on the Army side of things. And you're going to see some of these Academy players slowly seep into that Army roster as we see graduations and see player departures and all of that. It's good development here for Academy.
Yeah, and I mean, here's exactly how the Southern Miss Academy team can win. You got two maps coming up, Vault back-to-back, one Surge, one Hardpoint. Now, it's a situation where, yes, Hardpoint is not the U.S. Army team's biggest strong suit, but at least you're situated in Vault, and you might be able to pick
His squad. The bomb has been planted by Army. They didn't waste too much time getting that down. They recognized no one from Academy was on that side of the map, and they just get the plant immediately down. Stash is currently just waiting for his squad to get together. Spots Strahan, but look at the mini map there. 3 does turn around and start shooting out. That is Strahan looking to find that player in the back, and Anxious will fall. Rustic will fall too. All down to Stash. Nothing you can do in that 1v3, especially with how little time was left. And Southern Miss Army going to take round 1.
Yeah, and it looks like the strategy here from the get-go was for Robot to go ahead and pull the pistol out, run faster, get that plant down quickly, and then just hold point. You know, this is the trade. This is a perfect situation. You know, you definitely have someone, you know, screaming out, Orbsy on me, on me. Orbsy turns around, takes him out. That's, you know, textbook.
Yeah, and that's great awareness, too, from Army to recognize there's going to be someone in the back of their spawn looking for that pinch. That is just great work understanding where the other team is at, where they could be going, that sort of stuff. So we'll see how they look on the defensive side of things this time. Academy will be the ones with the bomb. That is going to be Anxious carrying it, and they're
it's a very weird push here coming out. You know, you got Robot sitting in the back watching that long lane, but you know, you'd think that people would call out and call A, and so I don't know why he's so far back still. Stash, great drop shot there, picking up the trade. Anxious picking up Robot. Looks like we're down to Strand and Tyler. These are very interesting situations. Strand picking up Kellogg's. Tyler about to get taken out. Very risky drop there. I would not recommend. Stash taking him out. Strand behind. It really is down to a 1v1. This is going to be a very mental-focused firefight.
And 3 bullets in the chamber if you are Strahan. He's going to need to reload. He actually doesn't, and that's a bug on our end.
Oh, my
that's
gosh.
a slide cancel. Anxious gets fried. I did not know the aims could kill that fast to begin with.
Yeah, it really is about, like, watch this kill here.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You can see some more clips of the land there from what was that, October, I believe it was, a few weeks after the game came out, so it was November. But regardless, very, very fun time there. So we have our next series just about ready to go, and we have a very unique map set here on our hands. Now, I am working on fixing the map layout because I was told that maps had changed after I was told what they were originally. So while I'm fixing that up, I was taking a look at the CCL stream and I did see UT Chattanooga is struggling right now against Newberry. And I will say that is not the most surprising thing, but at the same time, it was a 2-0 scoreline. So I can't say that doesn't catch me off guard because it certainly does. I see UTC as a very strong team, and it is quite surprising to see a team like UTC get shut down the way that they have against Newberry. But now that I have fixed the layout, let's take a look over at it. We have our series layout for match number 2. If you weren't here for the first one, Southern Miss took down Southern Arkansas quite quickly. Now, this one will be taking place against Arkansas State. Arkansas State, I did not get to see how they did in their first series, but I heard they were done quite quickly. So we'll have to find out in just a moment here how they did in that one. But as you can see it, the series layout for this one, we have Southern Miss and Arkansas State starting out on Vault Hardpoint. Hacienda Search and Destroy to follow that up, followed by a Vault Control, then a Skyline Hardpoint, then a Skyline Search and Destroy. Very interesting map set there. Considering how the last one went with Rain just dominating the way he was, I do like adding Vault and Skyline there into the map set. I think it gives a lot more, it makes it a lot more dynamic, a lot more sub-machine gun heavy, something that Rain thrives on, considering how well he did in that first series against Southern Arkansas. I'm pretty sure he went double positive in every single map. So certainly the guy to be looking out for in this series, especially again with that type of map set. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on that player. Now on the other side, we have Titan, Neo, Frosty Ice, and Con Artist of Arkansas State. Taking a look at how their first series went, they ended up losing to GSU, Georgia Southern, 250-50 in hardpoint, 6-1 in search and destroy, and 3-1 in control. So they were out of it quickly, but not in a good way, as now what you want to see if you are a fan of the Red Wolves here. And that, I will say, would be quite concerning to me as a fan of Arkansas State, especially seeing how well Rain played in the previous series. That is something that does not bode well for Arkansas State, although we'll have to see. Maybe that was a bit of a fluke. I have no idea. I see a player that is Master Prestige in this lobby is not a Southern Miss player. So maybe that's a little bit of an indication of what we should be looking into here for this one. But we are ready to go. I believe all the players are in the lobby and everyone is queued on up to get into the game. We'll have to just wait for it to start. Now, I believe there was something in text chat and I do not know how to get there. So hopefully they just understand and we start the game whenever. But I'm quite excited to continue seeing the debuts of Kawa and Rain, the two new players of the Southern Miss roster. They are just destroying players at the moment. I think it was 39-17 in map 1 in that first series against Southern Arkansas. And that was on Protocol, a map that has a lot of long-range angles. Not that there aren't places for a submachine gun to thrive like P2 or even like P3 and P4, but at the same time, we'll have to see and what ends up occurring in there. Now we are loading on into the game. We are ready to get started. I got so used to Protocol from map 1 of the last series. It is Vault Hardpoint here in map number 1. Map number 2 will be a Hacienda Search and Destroy. So we'll have to get through Vault though first to find out who goes up 1-0 in the series. I will have to say seeing how the score went for the last series of Arkansas State, my prediction would have to go over towards Southern Miss, who had a very, very good start to their season, sitting at 1-0 on the year. Will they be able to make it 2-0? Let's find out. Up on board with Rain, the man who was just flying forward, getting any kill he wanted. Now, will he be able to do the same here in the second series of the day? Going to be hardpoint 1. In the direct middle of the map, does get cut down. Kawa does fall as well. That's 3 kills for A-State. Huge start for them. That's exactly what you want to see. I believe Orbsy got stuck there, so he was dead regardless. Now we will hop on board with Titan, just soaking up the time. 1-for-1 trade. Now Southern Miss going to look to go for some pinches around the hard point. As long as you're not giving up a ton of time to either side, you are in a great spot. You're going to be typically looking to get towards that P2 spawn, which is now where Southern Miss are spawning at. They managed to flip it off the rip. And that's what you want to see if you are a fan of the Golden Eagles. Kawa also very aware of a player possibly going for a pinch. Does not quite see them just yet. That was number 3, who is now gone. So Southern Miss have the rotation here. They just need to get on the hill. Neo, the only player in position. Actually, Neo and Frosty Ice are the players in position for Arkansas State. But this is a very tough hill to break, especially when you don't have the spawns. We'll see if they are able to get anything here for Arkansas State. Right now, it's Con Artist trying to make his way up the map. Throws the nade. That one went a little bit too far. I believe it went outside the back door. Tyler tries to reload. Does get the reload. Has the teammate help. That's 4 dead. That's a 5-3 for Tyler. Kawa also responding. Here comes Tyler, though. Just going to jump down right onto right onto Dr. Frosty Ice, as there's one player in the back trying to do something here for Arkansas State. But at the end of the day, this might not end up too well for him. Just taking so much time to go for this push, and especially when you don't want these spawns anymore heading into the next hill, you just have to make a move. It is Kawa. Oh my god, Kawa has just slammed Titan with the pistol. Had no right to get anywhere near winning that gunfight, and that is a scary thing to see if you are Arkansas State. Oh me, oh my. Kawa now watching the spawn, has to pull out the pistol. Gonna get shot in the back though. Will the fill from Rain get in quick enough? It does. Now continuing to watch over his teammate. Actually almost gets killed by Tyler, who is the only player near the hill for Southern Miss. The spot will have to be filled by Kawa. And man, what a start for Southern Miss. Give up 14 seconds on P1. Have not given up a second since, and we are about to head into P4. One is pinching around, does get cut down. Orbsy doing a good job over in top art. Watching above, as it will be a knife for Titan. Tyler doesn't see him. Now they're going to start pushing into this next hard point, but there is just no room for anything here on the side of Arkansas State. They are getting cut down time and time again. Con Artist maybe able to find a gap, does not. Orbsy gets taken down finally, but it doesn't really matter when the rest of the team is continuing to pick up the lanes. Neo sitting at 1 and 10. Would like to see him start shooting back, and that's not exactly what you want to see. Kawa guns him for the second kill. Rain gonna take down Con Artist 114-14. This is getting dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a good showing. Con Artist and Frosty getting gunned again. Kawa identical 2 pieces back to back. We'll hop on board with Orbsy, the only man really just in the middle of the open for Southern Miss. Now they're going to look to rotate back to P1. Finally, the spawns coming through the back. Rain just trying to gather time, and he's going to slide in, finds the first, almost gets that second. That's Neo's second kill off the map. Needs to bounce back, but man, when the scoreboard is that bad, I have a lot of questions, but we'll have to see if Arkansas State can at least get something going here. They are down by 120 points, and I saw, if you guys saw the tier list that came out from Bragg, I would like to say Arkansas State was not put very highly. I will be nice about it and say they were just not put very highly. Because that tier was kind of viscerally named. And you're seeing maybe why that's the case here. Southern Miss just running through them. No regard for human life. Pinch in from Titan, another couple of seconds, but the only time that's Arkansas State has gotten has been on hill number 1. That is not what you want to hear. If you know Call of Duty, you know that's just unacceptable positioning and unacceptable play out of your team if they can only get hardpoint time in the first hill on the rotation. Couple kills though come in and start pushing through, but they push right into the guns of Tyler. Now P2 hold again for Southern Miss. They managed to make this one a money hill the first time around. They're looking to do it again. Con Artist 5 and 16. Dr. Frosty Ice 9 and 15. 2 and 16 from Neo. Only one close to positive is Titan. 12 and 15. And taking a look on the other side, 15 and 7 from Tyler. 12 and 9 from Rain. 20 and 6 from Orbsy, the captain. Kawa keeping up as well. 17 and 6. And this is not what you want to see. They scored 50 points in their last hard point. And with the way it's looking, they may not have 100 combined in their 2 hard points played this week. There's not much to say here. I'm going to be very general with my analysis here. I mean, they're giving up 10 seconds when you're down 170. That is not what you want to see either. I'm going to be real. I mean, this is just brutal. Orbsy was just staring down Con Artist from behind. Con Artist not turning around, just making sure the Southern Miss players on the other side were held at bay. Of course, there's no way for him to know Orbsy was there. He is 24 and 7. He is triple positive. You're going to see him take that chow. Nearly gets the kill. 210 to 31. And Arkansas State may need to find something different to work with here. I do fear for them if this is their best effort. They do get 4 dead. They break into the hill. Now they can at least start getting some time, make this look more respectable, but I think it's safe to say this game is certainly over. Titan, there's way too much work to do. There's way too many players around him. They have put up now 40, 219 to 40 though, and Rain is already in the new hill. Arkansas State going to look to run around. I mean, Neo, I was debating on whether I wanted to say or not. He's putting on a Zumba performance. That's not what you want to see out of your players. Just not a great situation here for Arkansas State. They are, I think, at this point out of the map. They are certainly not going to win this one. Although good shots from Dr. Frosty. Does at least find one. And Tyler picks up the other, though. This player's not able to push through fast enough. No one near the hill. The only one that is Neo, who is 3 and 22 at the moment. Maybe 3 and 23 by the end of this. May find the gun on Kawa. Actually, just doesn't shoot at all. And Southern Miss quickly going to take map number 1. That is 250 to 46. Oh, boy. Kawa, 22 and 9 on the map. I'll be honest, I don't have much to say. This is probably the second time ever I've just not been sure what to say. 250 to 46, 3 and 22 from Neo, 6 and 23 from Con Artist. Sorry, I keep saying Contrast. 20 and 9 from Tyler, 22 and 9 from Kawa. I didn't get to see Orbsy's final stat line, but he was slamming. So making quite quick work. They put up 50 in their last one. That was a 7-minute and 40-second map. Just not ideal. I don't have much analysis. Again, this is probably the second time I just don't have much to say. The first time was when I watched LVC 250 to 0 over Kaiser University Pembroke Pines. So that is, I mean, A-State going to look to bounce back here in the search and destroy, but if that map 1 was an indication, this one may be done and dusted pretty quickly. It is going to be a Hacienda search and destroy. And I will say, though, I don't think the Southern Miss squad has played Hacienda search. I mean, individually, they have played search and destroy. They are Hacienda search and destroy. I know that much. I just don't know as a team how much they've played search and destroy, to be honest. In the first series, we saw them beat Southern Arkansas 6-3 on red card. So their search strats certainly are there. but we'll have to see what Arkansas State is able to do in this map too. I just want it to be a competitive series. I want it to be respectable. Ideally it is. But I'm not sure what we're really going to see here from Arkansas State. Maybe they can bounce back though. Maybe they're a search team. I did see in their previous series though they got 6-0'd, so I hope they at least have something going for them. I did see they won a round in control, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, but hopefully something goes on there. We'll have to see. But while we await for the lobby code here for the second map on Hacienda, I want to take a look here at some other teams in the division, see what's been going on around the conference in the Deep South. Looks like none of the scores for the second series of the day have been put in just yet. Looking in the first series, we kind of covered all of them already. Southern Miss, again, taking down Southern Arkansas University 3-0. Louisiana Tech taking down Ole Miss 3-0. Saw Georgia Southern take down A-State 3-0. Louisiana Tech Academy only putting up 8 in hardpoint. That's not what you want to see there. 250-8, 6-0, 3-0. That was Nicholls State taking them down. Kennesaw State taking down University of Arkansas 3-0. USF taking down Georgia Southern Gold 3-1. From what it looks like here. Yeah, 3-1. And FIU getting a win on the board. That's against Full Sail. That was a 3-1 series victory for FIU over Full Sail. I did not get to see what the final score for that UTC Newberry series was. I know I saw it went to round 5 in the control. I hope that UTC won. That is a very, very solid team over at UT Chat, and it looks like they did. They're going to need a reverse sweep, though, if they want to take this series, and it is 160-40 in map 4, so I mean, diff and cells are gross, to be honest with you. I'll put that very bluntly. Diff and cells are top 32 every single Challengers Cup, or have been every single Challengers Cup. So those are guys I just expect to win games. Even though UTC is a very strong team, that is a squad in Newberry I expect to win every single game pretty much, outside of like a Fisher or Northwood, and even then. That's a full team playing compared to a Fisher or Northwood, which is just a bunch of players that are good playing together. And so I would imagine Newberry has a very strong chance of winning the entire league. I would almost power rank them above Fisher and Northwood. I'd power rank them above Fisher at this point, but Northwood, of course, certainly a god squad in their own right as well. Now we are, though, into Hacienda Search and Destroy. I didn't even get a chance to see what team everyone was on. They started the second I got in, so actually I think I'm on a team. We're probably going to have to restart. I don't know why they started immediately in. And it looks like no. The names are going to be messed up in game because, again, I didn't get a chance. I literally joined and they immediately started, so I apologize for that. But we will be able to at least see the names correctly on the overlay when I can pop them in here. Once again, apologies for this being incorrect, but they didn't give me a chance to even look at stuff before we started. Just pay attention to your scoreboard there, and it will be correct. Unfortunately, the in-game stuff will say stuff incorrectly. Titan going to take down Kawa for first blood. Tyler is waiting for a speed bomb. Rain responds with one. Again, good trades here. Con Artist, though, not able to win the one-on-one with Rain. He has found 3 in the round, looking for the ace. It is a 1v2 for Neo. Neo looking to bounce back after a very tough performance. Map number 1. Bomb's going to get planted here. And look at this. Gets the drop onto Orbsy. So Neo has made it a one-on-one. It will have to be an ace from Rain. And he is just hunting this kill. He has no respect whatsoever for this player. He is just running straight at him. And has decided to just get away. Rain just playing with his food a little bit. Does manage to just get away. Knows he just needs to play time. And we'll see what Rain is able to do here. 13 seconds left, though. Spots out Neo. Knows he just needs to play his life. Neo is just not moving. Neo, you have to go. You do not have time for this. And Rain will find the ace. That is round number 1 to Southern Miss. Rain. All 4 kills. Played the time very well. Knew Neo had to push him. Didn't get overzealous. Spied him out over in top office and just got away. Forced Neo to make a play. Smart work there from the side of Rain. Now, a 1-0 lead for Southern Miss. They're going to now hold the defensive side of the map. As I see Newberry 3 points away from closing it out against UTC. They will get their 3, and they will get the 3-1 victory over UT Chat. That is a crazy stat line there from Newberry. Congrats to them. Now, the bomb, though, getting planted very quickly here over at the A bomb site. Though, there's someone there to say something about it. Orbsy gets first blood. Bomb has been planted. Although, here comes Rain on a pinch. Kawa finds another on the other side. 1v4 for Con Artist. Will take down Rain before he can get any major streaks. I believe he may have gotten the RC card, but that's about it. That will be bomb defused. Orbsy gets the final kill. Adding a few extra bullets around the map just to make sure no one else is alive. But as we all know, there's no one else in the lobby this time, so no one else will be alive. That says Arkansas State. I know I messed it up. That is Southern Miss taking round number 2. Orbsy going to get the final kill in this round. Con Artist tries to hop up top third and gets taken away. Put a couple extra love taps as well from Orbsy just to make sure he knows that he's dead. Round 3. Southern Miss back on the attack. 5-1 for Rain. Does not have the Hellstorm. Only player that really could have gotten it. Although the scoreboard is broken, so if you see it, look at the top of your screen, that scoreboard is incorrect. Titan finds first blood on Kawa. Traded out quickly by Rain. Tyler pushes through, finds another. I do like this position from Neo. He's going to have to make a play if they want to win the round. Or actually, Dr. Frosty may have a position. Rain, though, is just going to read that play. Knows that someone could be pinching. Orbsy gets the kill onto Neo. And it's all down to Dr. Frosty. And this is not a great position to be in over towards Arches. You have to slide through, and 3 players are going to be gunning you down all at once. Has to rotate around 1v3. At least has the time, but this would have to be a monumental toss from Southern Miss, and Rain will quickly end that thought. 3-0 Southern Miss. Rain now sitting at 7-1. So he believe he had 2 in that round. See what everyone else is at stat-wise. Kawa 1-2, Tyler 1-1, Orbsy 3-1, Frosty at 1-3, Neo 1-3, Titan 2-3, and Con Artist 1-3 as well. So we have left the donut column for every player on the map. That is something I enjoy seeing. I don't like watching players get donuts. Titan again gonna gun Kawa for first blood. Kawa has been struggling in that early engagement. Tyler, though, able to call out to his team exactly where the push is coming. Rain on a pinch, but number 5 is watching that. That's Dr. Frosty. Rain still managed to find a kill. Oh my, Rain! Slides out, finds a second. Had no right to win either of those gunfights. Now going to let Orbsy get the pinch. Looking for an assassination. Ends up making it a meat shield, and that will be the round. And we will hop away. That is some dirty business. Everyone watching, so I can't go away from it. But Tyler gonna be the one to get the defuse, and there it will be. Rain has also killed Orbsy, so any possible streaks are gone, and he is shooting Orbsy's body. So maybe having a little bit of fun is Southern Miss, now up 4-0. And I cannot change that final kill, so that is quite unfortunate. But Orbsy will get credit for it, as Rain immediately gunning him down right after. Sorry for any children that may, in fact, be watching, but at the same time, why are you watching Call of Duty? That's the one game you shouldn't be watching. If you are not of age, please do not do that. This is Call of Duty. This game is meant for the adults in the room. Rain, 10 and 1. These are real kills as well. It is not eliminations that show on the Cloudcaster scoreboard. How about 1 and 3 struggling in these early engagements? Gets taken down by Neo. Still, that struggle is showing. Rain, though, will find Titan. Tyler finds Neo. Now a 2v3, and both players of Arkansas State are across the map. Rain spots the first. Good shots from Dr. Frosty. Maybe able to take down Rain. Bomb is planted, though, and Rain just doing an incredible job playing his life. He is so slippery. Dr. Frosty will fall. It's all down to Con Artist. In a 1v3, 30 seconds. As a player diving in, that's going to be Rain just flying forward. Actually, has 2 players of Southern Miss just diving in. Orbsy will be the one that gets credit for the kill, but I thought, there he is. Okay. I was going to say, I thought I saw another player doing that. And it was Rain who also hopped in. I didn't realize they were running the same skin, so I thought it was Rain to begin with, but it was not. It was Orbsy. And now a 5-0 scoreline for Southern Miss. This is quick S&D. 1 and 5 from Dr. Frosty, 2 and 5 from Neo, 3 and 5 from Titan. Con Artist not having the greatest game either. It will be Rain sitting at 11 and 1 on a 6 spree, but I doubt the streaks will matter at this point in time. First Bloods, though, have been going the way of Arkansas State, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Rain and Kawa both down. Tyler goes down. This is looking good for Arkansas State. All down to Orbsy in a 1v4, and Orbsy's shot's a little windy. He had a chance to get that second to make it a 1v2, but good work from Arkansas State. I don't know what Southern Miss did, but they just got blasted there. Orbsy's shots not connecting. So a round at least on the board for Arkansas State. But Southern Miss certainly in the hands here. They're certainly looking like they're going to close this map out in short order, as long as they don't troll, because I'm not one for messing around in these games. Orbsy will find first blood. That's exactly what you would want to see if you are Southern Miss. Titan, though, again, going to get the better of Kawa here. Con Artist, though, just runs into the middle of the map. Not a smart play there. Going to get cut down by Orbsy. Now bomb has been planted. 2v3 retake if you are Arkansas State. Titan, last player left alive, taken out, and that will be the map. 6-1 in favor of Southern Miss. That was a very fast search and destroy. I don't know if I've seen a search and destroy that fast in a while, if ever. Good work from Southern Miss to make that in short order. Will be Orbsy getting the final 2 kills there. We'll get a gander at the scoreboard, but it is in fact broken, so I apologize to our statistician. Call of Duty stats might not even be worth the time this semester if it doesn't even work. It's more broken than it was in like November, so that's quite unfortunate. No real idea of what the stats were there, unfortunately. But Southern Miss has managed to take themselves into a 2-0 lead over Arkansas State, looking to close out the series here in control, and I think it's quite likely that they do, considering how maps 1 and 2 just went. We will have to see, though, if they are able to close that one out. While we have the time, let's take a gander at our series layout. It is going to be a vault control. If Arkansas State are able to take that map number 3, it will be Skyline Hardpoint and Skyline Search and Destroy for the last 2. So we'll take a flight on over towards the Hollywood Hills if we manage to get to 4 and 5. But the moment, seeing how those first 2 maps went, I think it's going to be a quick 3-0 in the control, and we will be out of the series. Southern Miss looking to make themselves 2-0 on the semester. And even in that first series, they looked very, very solid. We'll have to see in the future, though, in future weeks, what they're able to do, because I'd imagine the competition might be a little bit stronger in those matches. We are now in the lobby. Sorry, I keep trying to say LVC. I apologize to anyone at Southern Miss. But Southern Miss will be hosting maps 3, 4, 5. So we will hop on over with them and see what team side they decide to pick. I'm not 100% sure if they've picked sides just yet for this map. Looking at some results within the rest of the Deep South, though, I do see University of Arkansas took down Louisiana Tech Academy 250 to 48 in hardpoint. That's the only result that's been reported so far. So nothing too much going on, I guess, in the Deep South, unless if teams are just not reporting their matches, which is also possible. On the other side of the Southeast, though, the Appalachian Conference, Division Conference, kind of the same thing there, if you want to say it like that. Let's see what has been going on. Marshall getting 3-0'd, Marshall Green. That's not Marshall, Maine, I don't think. Marshall Green. Yeah, that is not their main roster. So Marshall Green is the academy team for Marshall. They ended up falling to VCU 3-0. That was 250-24, 6-1, 3-0. So a quick series there for VCU. VCU, a very historic name. That is Virginia Commonwealth University. That team has been around for quite a long time. I think they may have taken a year or two off, but they have been around for quite some time in the season. Looking around some other games, we have Concord, another historic name in Collegiate Call of Duty. They are taking on Coastal Carolina. They won map 1, 250-129. So a big showing from Concord in that series. And it looks like that is their first series of the semester. So good work from Concord. Unfortunately, no matches from Mars Hill this time around. They will be playing, I believe, tomorrow and Thursday for their matches. They had to reschedule, so we will not be seeing Mars Hill anytime today. That is a very strong team. That could be another top 25 squad. They have 4 Challengers players on the roster, so we will see how they are able to perform. We have Marshall, Marshall main roster, who took on Old Dominion, ODU, ODU not putting up much of a fight there. 250, 146, 60, 30, all in favor of Marshall University. So Marshall, very strong showing in that first match of the season. Congratulations to Marshall getting their first series victory there. Also, University of North Carolina at Charlotte taking down Bama Huntsville Blue 250, 103, 64, 30. University of North Carolina at Charlotte, or otherwise known as Niner Esports. They are pretty solid. I'm really excited to see what they do in the future. They got a very large grant from their state, and I'm excited to see what they're able to do with it. I don't really answer questions from chat, but I will answer this one for you, Goody. Southern Miss has never played in CCL. This is Southern Miss's first time playing in the CCL ever, so they are also brand new to, they're not brand new to Collegiate Call of Duty, but they're brand new to the Collegiate COD League. This is the first time they've ever played in it. So I feel that is worth mentioning out there. Now, here we are. Map number 3, Vault Control. Also, if you are unfamiliar with the Southern Miss roster, these are 2 new players. Kawa and Rain are brand new this semester to the Southern Miss lineup. So starting out strong so far, but look at that. That's 4 kills in for Arkansas State. They needed that after how the last 2 maps have gone. 1 tick, though, does come through for Southern Miss onto that A point. They're now going to look to rotate over towards B. Actually, no, they're not. I thought they were going to rotate towards B. Orbsy, the only one running through to B. Kawa with the pistol out. Not going to make anything happen there. Rain takes down Titan. That's a good entry, but needs more. Done. Will connect, so going to be information to Arkansas State. They look much better here. Tyler slides through, finds a 2-piece. Will get traded by Neo. Now Neo just hops on into A. That's going to be a 2-tick capture. May be a 3 ticks here for Southern Miss, and it is just that. Lives are even. But how will the rotation over to the B point go? You have 3 Southern Miss players here. And it looks like Dr. Frosty slides out for 1. 7, that's Con Artist going on for a pinch, but has his knife out. Not going to find anything when you have your knife out sliding in like that. Orbsy, Kawa, Rain combining for 3. Last player is live is Top Art, but Southern Miss are stacking the points, so you got to go if you are Arkansas State, and that is going to likely be the round there. Neo at least finds 1. Rain will get cut down, but trades are abound. That's going to be the round. Dr. Frosty Ice, the last player in a position to really stop this, and Orbsy is sitting Top Art. They are just allowing him to find every single kill. That's 3 Top Art, and you cannot allow that to happen on your defense if you are Arkansas State. That is a 1-0 round count now for Southern Miss. Looking at the scoreboard here, you have Orbsy at 6-2, 7-4 from Kawa. But things are looking much more even on this, in the kills department this time around. Arkansas State had a solid break there. They held Southern Miss for the first or second wave of kills, but after that it was all Southern Miss. Now B slowly getting captured. That's going to be Titan, who's hopped on the point. The only player in a position to get any time, and will be very quickly cut down by Kawa, who is braided out. Rain, though, able to respond. Now if you're Southern Miss, you're simply just looking for map control. Tyler looking to gather just that. Does get the second. Gets away with his life. Has Orbsy in the back spawn as well to help him out. And this is a tough situation if you are Arkansas State. This is not what you want to see, as now everyone is stuck spawning in that back left corner. Orbsy doing a good job of making sure he doesn't push too far. He doesn't want to spawn them out. Just wants to make sure that they can't get through the left side of the map. It will, though, be a P2 spawn for number 5, so Titan's going to have to play his life here and get away. He has at least managed to sneak through the defense, and that's going to be Neo picking up another kill. Is there anyone on Southern Miss who's able to get in a position to find kills at all? No. Or, sorry, yes, they do. And they're taking out the players who have rotated onto the A point. Only one player there able to make a play. 21 seconds on the clock. Tyler just slipping and sliding around. This is going to be another round for Southern Miss. Tyler sliding through into P2. And this round, 22 kills, 22 lives to 8. That is a tough one. I was a little worried that these defenses would be much more lopsided, and they are just that. Southern Miss just too aggressive, too fast paced, and it is not going to go your way. Kawa will be the one to get the kill, or get the best play here. Finds 2 in the spawn. Another going to slide on out in that back right corner. Will take them down too. Make it a 4-piece, actually, for Kawa. May have found that 5th kill, but actually, no. It's caught, definitely reloading there. Tyler probably slid in and found it. Will be a 2-0. 1 round away from making this a 3-0 series. 14-7 from both Kawa and Tyler. On the side of Arkansas State, not the greatest showing. Dr. Frosty, though, I will say, has been a brighter spot. Always been the one close to positive, if not positive, in every map. Outside of that, it has not been a great time. In Southern Miss, find a couple kills to open things up. Now sprint on to A. Tyler going to be the one watching the pinch through mid-cut. Does get the kill onto Titan. And now it's the player Top Art that needs to do something here, and has. Good work from Neo. Takes the power position, but immediately jumps away from it. Someone needs to be sitting Top Art here. It will at least clear those players out, but that's not really going to be helpful when you have to now sprint on over towards A. Southern Miss trying to get an idea of where these Arkansas State players are at. That's going to be Con Artist coming in on a pinch. Does have the knife out. I will say, I've never seen players go for knife kills this often as we see from Arkansas State. Con Artist just waiting to slide onto the point, and he's not going to find that one. It will be the B point captured, and that is a gunny there from Rain. Kawa, 19-9. Now going to be rotating on over to the A point. That's going to be Rain sitting in the hill. And everyone stuck in spawn for Arkansas State. They are not able to move here whatsoever. Orbsy slaying it out. Only player in a position to contest here is Neo, who is stuck on the other side of the wall. Doesn't get the flick on the nade. Rain gets 2. Tyler finds another. That's a 3-0 in both the control and in the game. Arkansas State going to fall to 0-2 on the semester, while Southern Miss moves to 2-0. 2 quick matches for Southern Miss here. Neo going to be the one to get the best play, though. Arkansas State going to have to go back to the drawing board here. See the final scoreboard there. 17-9 from Tyler, 19-10 from Kala, 16-7 from Orbsy, 13-7 from Rain. The other side, actually 3 players all double negative. Not ideal in that scenario. But also 5.5 minutes. That is all you get for the game time. Not the greatest showing from Arkansas State, but they will be back next week. I don't know if they're going to stream their matches, but if they do, then go follow them over there. That is going to do it for us tonight, though. As you can see in the bottom right corner of your screen, that is at Southern Miss Esports on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, known as X these days, Twitch, and TikTok. Go follow us on all those platforms. Again, if you saw that Orbsy that video that we put out at the start of this first stream tonight, that is going to be on our YouTube channel posted later tonight, so please go check it out if you didn't get to, or if you want to watch it again, go to our YouTube, go check that out. And that is really going to do it for us today. In fact, that's going to do it for us this week. We're not going to be having another stream back until on Saturday, when we have Rocket League taking on the second CRL qualifier. The first took place a couple weeks back, and Southern Miss ended up getting a single CRL point, so they are in contention for the playoffs at the time being. But they're going to need a lot more than just a singular point or 2 if they want to qualify for the playoffs. But we'll have to find out on Saturday if they're able to make their first Sunday of the semester, or of the season. That's going to do it for us today, though. I am going to go into a /raid, CCL, once I figure out what their @ is on Twitch. And we are going to head on over to the CCL stream. They've got a lot more action for you guys tonight, as we are wrapping things up here on our side of the stream. Again, thank you guys all for watching. This has been a really interesting one. We don't typically get the chance to do this sort of thing where I stream from my bedroom, and we probably will never do it again unless we get more snow for some reason. But again, thank you guys all for watching. That's going to do it for now. We'll see you guys here on Saturday for Southern Miss Rocket League taking on the second CRL qualifier.